Shot or no shot with Cap and J Hood on ESPN 1000 and the ESPN Chicago app.
That's why I see him in the shot.
Good morning and welcome in to the Cap and J Hood Morning Show on ESPN 1000 and streaming on the ESPN Chicago app with David Kaplan and Jonathan Hood with you. Now time for Shot or No Shot, and it's brought to you by...
That would be Club Hawthorne betting bars, now live in Illinois. Sign up today and the users get $100 in bonus bets with any sportsbook bet.
There we go.
We say good morning to Shay W. Norley.
Good morning, boys, on a Tuesday. How we feeling?
Feeling good,
Doing
man.
very
Let's
well.
go.
I have on my yellow pad something to ask you from yesterday, which we did not get to. You had thought I would have gotten to it, but I did not. And that is your weekend, Shay, looking at the Northern Lights.
Oh, it was wonderful. I went out on Friday night, and I just was, like, hoping that we'd see them, and we walked over to the beach and couldn't see anything. And then out of nowhere, it was like the skies lit up. It was incredible. It felt like a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and now I don't have to go to Alaska.
You know, we did not see them out south. City Council took it down.
Wow. Get a new alder person there.
Right. Right.
Wow.
So I'm just glad, Shay, I can live vicariously through your pictures because there was no way we're going to see that in South Shore. No shot. Absolutely not. But it looked great, though. It looked like a mosaic, right? It looks like a picture.
Yeah. It was like the sky was painting itself. It was wild.
See? I know, Cap, that you don't like, beautiful things like that.
I love beautiful things like that.
No. I mean, that and... the eclipse, you're not interested in that either. So I know little things like that.
I have no problem with the eclipse. My problem was that people went, I need to get off of work so I can go out and watch the eclipse. Guess what? Get to your job.
Oh.
You can watch it on Twitter.
You believe that people should have the day off after the Super Bowl? What do you think?
No.
Okay, you know that's going to happen.
Probably.
Are you going to be bitching about that too, or?
I won't bitch about it. I'll still be here ready to go to work.
We'll be off.
No shot.
Yep.
No shot.
That will be if it's a company holiday, you're going to come in, who's going to produce you? You can't run that board. There's no cart machine.
We had company holidays in the last few months. Did we work on King Day? We were here. You and I.
I don't know if I was here for that.
You were
I
here.
think Jay Moore and I were off celebrating.
You were here. Mm-hmm. I said, are you working? You're like, yes.
I don't know why you'd ask me. That's odd.
And did we not work New Year's Day? I know I worked New Year's Day.
I did not know.
So, yeah, no. Hey, you want to take off of work and go hang out and look at the eclipse? Have at it. I watched the news and they showed it.
The news.
There it is. I didn't get my goofy goggles and go, I need to miss work today. Danny. No.
Okay. All right.
Let people fan how they want to fan. Carmen spent the whole eclipse on the sidewalk. He wasn't even doing it. Yerk was solo. Carmen's staring up at the sky.
But Carmen did his show.
He was an eclipse fan.
That's fine, but he didn't miss work for it. I had friends of mine who are like, hey, I'm taking off of work. For what? I want to watch the eclipse. What? Mm-hmm. You would struggle to work at ESPN 1000 if you wanted off of work for all these events. I've got to see the Northern Lights. Danny, I can't do the show tonight. What?
Here's Shay Norling. Shay?
The Bears have placed a quote-unquote generational quarterback into about the softest landing spot for a first-round rookie quarterback maybe in NFL history. I was doing some reading yesterday. Insider Matt Lombardo talked to some executives and was asking what the most improved teams in football are. The consensus answer, your Chicago Bears. Shot or no shot, the Bears are the NFL's most improved team.
That's a shot. Poles has done a masterful job, not only on the roster, but the coaching staff, everything to make Caleb Williams reach his highest possible point of his potential.
He missed one with that coaching staff, but as far as the players are concerned, the depth chart is fantastic. I can't say anymore that I'm so impressed by what the Bears have been able to do with this depth chart, adding veteran talent. It's one thing to be able to get it done in the draft. I think people confuse the draft to free agency. People say, oh, what a draft the Bears had. Well, I mean, I think we all knew that Caleb Williams was going to be the Bears quarterback. It was good for them to pick up an offensive lineman. This is kind of a project, the kid from Yale. Okay. You got the best special teams player in the draft. You have a guy that is going to be a little bit of a project from Kansas on that defensive line. But the point is, though, is that the free agency, the pickups, and the deals that were made before the draft were more interesting to me even than the draft itself. So, yes, it is. Think about all the moves that were made and then compare that to other teams. I mean, sonically, the Bears are in a position to be a playoff team. Shay.
All right, there is a rumor that is beginning to gain some traction regarding the Bulls front office. Bulls GM Marc Eversley has been linked to the newly created president of basketball operations role in Detroit. Detroit, after last season where they had the worst record in basketball and decided not to fire their GM, looking for a PBO, and Marc Eversley is apparently one of the top candidates for the Pistons. Shot or no shot? We can only hope he takes the job.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything here. What has that guy done along with his boss, Arturis? Was it the trade that they made in 2020? Oh, they didn't make one. The trade they made in 2020? Oh, they didn't make one. Was it the trade they made in September of 21? They didn't make one. They haven't made a trade of a human being since August of 2021. What do they do? Please explain to me what it is those two guys do that Michael Reinsdorf keeps writing big checks to them. What do they do? Nothing.
Yeah, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I like the idea of Eversley being part of the Chicago Bulls because I thought, here's a guy here that worked away from basketball in business operations with for years before really getting into basketball. But again, it's not Marc Eversley's not there to be able to get more money for the Bulls. The Bulls are already making money hand over fist because the United Center's sold out every night for the Chicago. So it's not about money, dollars and cents.
Correct.
It's not about awareness of the Bulls. Everyone knows that the Bulls are a national brand. So I don't understand what Eversley is doing with the Chicago Bulls, because if he was doing something, Cap, we would be saying, hey, by the way, Eversley brought this to the Bulls or brought that to the Bulls. I don't see any of that. It's not about finance. It's definitely not about the on the court situation. So I'm not sure what he does, Eversley.
I don't know what either of those guys do. Like, if you showed up to work every day this August, it'll be 3 years that they have not traded a single human being. As absurd as that sounds, go back, do the homework on Google, and look. They have not traded a human body in almost 3 years. So when you pull up there in your car, in your Michael Reinsdorf, and you go, all right, guys, we're 5 games under 500. What are we going to turn this thing around? Stay the course, boss. Stay the course, boss. At some point, don't you go, guys, can we make a move, please? Yeah. I mean, it's insanity. And then Detroit wants to pluck our guy. I'll tell you what.
Go ahead.
You can have Eversley, and I'll give you Arturis. Just pay for my Gatorade. That's all I need.
I just don't. I really don't understand. And by the way, from Detroit's standpoint, Shay, I don't understand what they see in Marc Eversley.
They're laughably incompetent.
They have the worst. I'm talking about the Bulls. The worst front office in the NBA.
Well, it's definitely the team photo, that's for sure.
They do nothing.
Yeah, I don't understand that. But and I wish I knew the structure even more so. I haven't heard anything up there like whether or not Eversley feels like his hands are tied because of Karnisovas, but neither one of them are doing anything. See, we could make the case if we knew, like, hey, Eversley's just kind of figurehead because Karnisovas is just, he's got a big shadow in the organization. He does all the wheeling and dealing, and Eversley's kind of a figurehead. But they both don't do anything.
Nothing.
That's the thing. I can if that was the case, because it could have been a Kenny and Rick Hahn situation. That's not happening there.
Again, I'm not a big Kenny guy. But to their credit, and it didn't work, they tried at least. They were making moves. They just didn't work. Whether it was Joe Kelly or this guy or that Lance Lynn, they kept trying. It didn't work. So they moved on to a new regime and a new rebuild and whatever. The Bulls, they do nothing.
Yeah, that's okay,
Run
though.
it back.
It's all right. The Bulls, though, they made a strong move and a step forward by firing Chris Fleming because he was the problem. Shay?
There's 3 assistants out now.
Yeah.
All right.
And the trainer. They got rid of the trainer.
trainer?
Or the,
Yeah.
or the head of the medical staff, Chip Schaefer, out.
Mo Cheeks took a step back.
He said, I'm exhausted. I'm done.
Tired of seeing the losing. All right.
All right, Shota Imanaga was not amazing last night, but he continued to limit run scoring at an elite rate, and his ERA on the season now sits at 0.96. The White Sox current win percentage is .296. I have a new fun little game for us.
Oh, God.
Shot or no shot, the White Sox win percentage at the end of the season will be a bigger 3-digit number than Shota Imanaga's ERA.
Boy.
I mean, that's insanity.
That's tough.
The Sox should have a better win percentage than. I mean, Imanaga can't pitch like this all year.
Just say that his ERA, let's just make a projection. Imanaga's ERA will be sub 3.
2.75.
All right? Sox. Oh, God. That's a photo finish.
It's the Derby.
It's the Derby. It's
really?
going to be a photo finish.
Now, the Sox are winning some series here and there, but understand this. Here's what if you're rooting for the Sox being able to win this thing, understand they're going to unplug some of the good players they have on this team. Whatever you think, the players that have some momentum on the Sox, they won't be here by the time we get to the deadline.
Correct.
Right? Unless you're going to build a team around Robert and Corey Lee.
Okay, but flexing, like guys who take the ball at least every fifth day and try, those guys will all be gone. Flexing, who else will they try? Kopech may be gone.
Yep.
John Brebbia. Mm-hmm. Who's the other starter?
Well, there's Soroka, who's not very good.
Nope.
There's Crochet.
He's not getting traded.
Yeah, I mean, just saying.
Who else in their rotation?
That's it. It's Fetty.
He'll be the other one.
Yeah.
Fetty will get traded.
Fetty, Crochet, and Clevenger's just a warm body. Soroka's not very good. Flexing.
Correct.
Flexen will be gone.
Yeah. Flexing and
reports where Crochet could be
Fetty.
gone. And Crochet hasn't been great since that implosion a few weeks ago either.
Kopech. I mean, so I think that is a shot, Cap. Because even with the Sox winning maybe one game out of every series, by the time you get to the deadline and they really let a lot of these guys go, you'll start seeing more losing. And by the way, Shay, that has to happen. The Sox have to be able to make more trades here. I mean, you're already bad. And anytime that Paul DeYoung is your all-star at this point in time, or one of your better players, or Tommy Pham, that's not great.
I told you, I think if Getz can flip some of these one-year guys that he brought in, these vets for prospects, that's a win for what this season was supposed to be.
Yeah. So I think that's a shot. All right, can we squeeze in one more, sir?
Yeah, I want to make sure I get this in. It's been the lead story nationally, I think, everywhere. LeBron James made an appearance at the Cavs game last night in Cleveland, and it is sparking rumors. I thought this was kind of nothing until I heard Windhorst go on Sportsmanlike this morning and do the meme he did last year or 2 years ago about Utah regarding LeBron sitting in the game at Cleveland, saying it's the same move he made 10 years ago. Pat Riley got all pissed because LeBron, as a member of the Heat, went to a game in Cleveland. Now, as a member of the Lakers, going to a game in Cleveland. Shot or no shot, LeBron's going to end his career in Cleveland.
That's a shot.
That's a possibility to bookend his career ending in Cleveland.
With his son.
Yes, if that's possible, yes. LeBron does a lot of things from a calculated standpoint. He does things for a reason. He could have been anywhere in the world.
Yep.
And he was in Cleveland?
A whole long season. Hey, his wife's name's Samantha.
Yeah.
Right? Savannah.
Yeah.
Call the pilot. Get the plane warmed up. We're going to Cleveland for the game tonight. What?
Now think about it. Lakers off the radar. He's off the radar. All the place in the world to chill. You go to Cleveland, go home.
To go watch another basketball game.
And watch a series not very interesting.
Correct. If it was like the NBA Eastern Conference Final or the final, okay, maybe. You're going to watch Cleveland with no Donovan Mitchell?
Could have watched it in a skybox because he's from Cleveland. I think he knows some people, right?
I want seats right down there on the floor.
Got his wine. He's got his coffee, everything right there underneath the seat.
She was decked out in the fur. Yeah, I mean, all right, honey, we got to make a statement here.
he's just not very clandestine with any of this. I mean, he's just up front with it.
They ran a montage pregame. They had a LeBron James highlight montage they ran pregame, and then they showed him on the screen, and the place went nuts. You talk about being conspicuous.
Wow.
He does not care. And also, he's also scouting at the same time. He knows Cleveland's not going to win this series, especially with Donovan Mitchell out. Mitchell's pretty like, okay, if you want me back, you have to pay through the nose for me. So I'm just going to sit out. I'm not healthy enough. You knew Cleveland was going to lose that game against Boston, right? And so there's LeBron kind of scouting the Cavs, saying, we got some good pieces here. You're a Laker. Yeah.
Not anymore.
He's something, man. He is something. He didn't have to do that. He could have just been, he's in the house, but you can't see him. He's hitting, nope, here's my wine. Here's my water. Savannah, have a seat, pal. We're going to take a look at this Cavs team.
Me and Donovan Mitchell together?
He's such a weird dude.
This Evan
Eric
Mobley
Mobley?
cat, you can stay. Evan Mobley, stick around. We're good.
God, oh my. 3 times with the
Everybody
team?
else, get out.
3 times with the Cavs? Oh, what a strange guy. I mean, hey, great player, just strange.
Who do you want to coach the team?
I mean, seriously. Little Bookerstaff, I've been watching you.
Yeah.
We could do better. Goodbye.
See you, Jacob.
Fire him.
I've killed 10 coaches in my career.
Seriously.
You're the 11th.
Man. Albert Breer coming up at 8:35, but we have Around the NFL that's coming up next.
Oh, let's go.
Cap and J Hood, weekday morning, 7 to 10.